All right, so we're going to start right in with the artichokes.
Okay.
And I think this is one of my favorite ingredients, and I think sometimes it can be a little intimidating to people.
Yeah, definitely.
Because they don't really know how to clean them up and use them.
Right. There's only a small edible portion of the whole artichoke,
Exactly,
right?
which is kind of amazing when you think about all
Yeah.
the waste that you
Yeah,
get from
exactly.
it. But,
do you utilize the waste at all in the restaurant?
so these mostly go to compost.
Yeah.
So
That's really cool that you guys even do compost.
Yep, that is cool. So here's an artichoke. Now, one of the things that's kind of cool about it, it is tough to find really good fresh artichokes. One of the ways that you can test for that is you can hear it squeaking. That's kind of, it's a nice artichoke. All right, so I'm going to jump right in here. You got to be careful. The leaves do have some points on them. Sometimes they can get you. I use a serrated knife.
Okay.
And it takes a little practice, but once you get where you're going, I'm just a little over the choke, kind of with a little bit of those purple leaves.
So, I mean, you lopped off almost half of it.
Right. And so then I'm going to come in with my serrated knife again and come right in here. And so I can see where I'm getting to the center or the choke of the artichoke.
Okay.
And that's the edible part. So I'm just going to come right along and follow. I can kind of see it as I'm going. I know the white starts. That's where I'm going to go right to.
So you kind of just go by color.
Exactly.
Nice.
All right, so I'm going to do one more. And it's always good to have a nice trash can around.
Let me grab you one of those. There you go.
All right.
Now, what's the season for artichokes? I know they're not typically available all year round.
So you can sometimes find them all year. In California, they do a really nice job of growing. These are actually from California,
Nice.
organic. Spring is a good time for them too.
Yeah.
Towards the end of spring, they pop up, which a lot of times people don't actually realize that.
Right.
But that is
Do
kind
we
of
get
the
them here
season.
locally?
We do, and they're pretty incredible. Around here, they usually come because of the weather around the fall.
Oh, interesting.
Or just towards the end of the summer.
How about that?
And we actually, some of our farmers have been growing some fantastic artichokes.
Nice.
So one of the things with an artichoke too is they oxidize quickly.
Okay.
So you want to have some acidulated water, and we can just use lemon. If you have vinegar, you could use that. These little tools are awesome. I'm going to come right over here into this bowl and squeeze the lemon juice right in.
And you just put the whole lemon in there
The
too?
whole lemon in there too. All right. Okay. So then from there, I'm just going to take my paring knife and kind of come right down.
So the outer
part.
portion of that is still kind of woody.
Yep.
Tough to digest.
Exactly.
Okay.
So we're coming right in. And now the part that I'm looking for is the white.
All right, so still working with color.
Yes. Now, as an artichoke gets older, the stem can get fibrous, and we can see the striations here.
Right.
Now, a little trick that you can do, as long as your artichoke is fresh, we can come in here with a vegetable peeler and peel these guys right down. And this gets rid of any of the excess fiber, sometimes even if you come back this way and come in.
Oh, yeah, so it's a little easier that way. So you want the stem to be totally white, pretty much.
Exactly. So we'll peel this, and you can see right there, it's starting to come through.
Yeah, so that's pretty crazy. I mean, to go from this to that is nuts.
Right, and so there's one more step here that we'll get into. So now...
And yeah, you can already see it starting to oxidize. That happened really fast.
Very quickly. So even if you want to stop, you can just kind of dip it in there.
Okay.
That'll kind of keep that from happening. So now I come right down. I want to cut this in half.
Okay.
And here, this is also not edible.
Right.
So I use my little scoop, my melon baller here, and we come right in.
Yeah, if you've ever accidentally eaten a little bit of that, it is not pleasant.
It's kind of funny. Back in the day, I told someone that they synthesized the choke of an artichoke, and that's what they came up with, Kevlar. And I was just kidding. And years later, I actually heard him tell someone.
No way.
And I was like, oh, Yoni, I'm sorry.
So now there's like this whole rumor on the internet started just by you.
Yeah. All right, so that's basically, we've scooped it out. I'll take any of these little purple leaves. As you run that up, they kind of pop out too.
Okay.
And those are the last ones. But these little leaves here are nice and edible. All right, so
Awesome.
these go right in here.
A lot of work for just a little bit of vegetable, but it's
That's
worth
right,
it.
it is worth it. We'll just do a quick oyster.
Now tell me about these oysters.
All right, so these are East Beach Blondes. They're
East Beach Blondes.
Yes.
Okay.
And they're from Narragansett, Rhode Island.
They're beautiful. I love the green
They
tint.
are very pretty. So I have my side towel here.
Mm-hmm.
I want to really fold this up,
Uh-huh.
right? This is to protect your hand. If you're a novice, you might want to go with a cut glove.
Yeah.
At some point, if you really love oysters, you're gonna stab yourself. There's kind of no way around it. And as soon as you get cocky, then
Yeah, that's
you know,
always what happens.
you have to pay the price. But then it keeps you humble and honest. All right, so we have our towel, and basically you're gonna come in. There's a little notch at the back there.
Okay, and cup side down.
Cup side
flat
down.
up.
Yep. And for me, it's all about the wiggle. It's
All
not.
right.
You don't want to force it. You just.
So kind of back and forth.
Yeah, back and forth,
Okay.
and then it just pops right in there.
All right.
All right. So from there, I'm going to come in and just kind of slide right down the roof.
Okay.
The oyster is only attached to the shell
That was
by the
perfect.
abductor muscle there on the top and the bottom. If you get any little shells, you can just kind of pull them out there.
Okay.
I slide right in and I pull this back to myself.
Okay.
Right, and now it's freed up.
Perfect.
You want to smell them always. It should smell like the ocean.
Fresh.
Yep.
Look at that. That's a beautiful plump oyster.
It's very, yeah, these are really
Nice
nice.
size.
They're one of our favorites. And this is good, a little bit bigger of an oyster for poaching, because they come out, you know, they stay nice and plump,
Right.
and they're perfect.
Are these a brinier oyster?
These
or-
are definitely from Narragansett Bay.
Yeah.
They're all very salty.
Yep. That's what I love about them.
Yeah, and then we actually do a couple different oysters in the restaurants, all from that area.
Cool.
But it's amazing, just a couple miles with the farms, a couple miles
Yeah.
down, they taste
Makes a
completely
big
different.
difference. Yeah.